Hey everyone, welcome back to Playmo AF, where today we are checking out some customized figures. Hey there everyone, thanks for checking out our video today. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I know we often do unboxings and reviews and unbaggings and stuff like that, but we're going to change it up a little bit. After all, that's what the banner on our channel says. It's supposed to be and more, and I haven't really done much more. But we decided we're going to do several customs and present them to you today. Starting with our baseball player. Now, I did an unbagging with this particular player. This is the actual, I can't remember what line it is, Series 12, maybe? By customizing, you can completely change a character just by simply giving him a new hair or headpiece. As you can see here, I went ahead and made a friend by giving him a new head. This head, as you can see, if you look carefully, right above the eyes, he's got eyebrows and he's got blonde hair. So that makes him look like he's a completely different character. So that's a very quick and easy way, especially for the blind bag figures, to make another figure. Sorry, just because they're easy to dismantle. And of course, the only thing you cannot dismantle are the hands, unless you put a little work into it, which I'll make another video about that later. Next, we have the clicky version of me. Yep, I made this figure modeled after myself. And for those of you who actually know me in person, this is not 100% accurate. I don't have a lot of this left. As you get older, it happens. But I used to draw comic strips of myself growing up, and I still will draw comic strips of how I looked back when I was in high school when I started drawing these things. So I have a full head of hair, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to keep the clicky that way. It was very preppy in high school and college, and then later on I just became more of a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy. So that's a lot of what I wear now, and just get myself a collar here just to make it a little more complete. To me, it just looks more complete. I do have one of my wife. In fact, if you guys do follow us on our Instagram channel, you will know that we have pictures of our clicky selves quite a bit on there. And when you think you have the right materials, you want to try and make a celebrity, somebody famous that you admire. And in this case, I did Sgt. Pepper era John Lennon. John Lennon of the Beatles. And I actually have, this is the outfit using strictly Playmobil pieces. Well, they're all used Playmobil pieces, but I had to customize the other version of it. The only thing I did different to the legs was paint the orange stripe going up the legs. That was it. And I painted the shoes, the boots. This was actually the legs to the Scooby-Doo scuba diver, which I still have another one of, so it's not like I completely destroyed a figure just to make this. But yeah, I took the body, the upper torso as well, and painted it to match the pants. As you can tell, the green for the pants is lighter than the upper torso. And I did like it, except I just didn't like the fact that it wasn't professionally painted. I just kind of threw it together, and it was never my favorite. So I have this together, and I actually have the tuba that came with one of my clowns, and I pose him with the tuba. So this guy here was inspired by the cast members of Disney's Hollywood Studios Galaxy's Edge theme park. The only thing that's missing here is his hat. Not to fear, I have it right here. That hat came from this figure here. So that's what tops him off, no pun intended. But the cast members have a unique appearance just to keep up with the theme of the theme park. You are in a world of Star Wars, and so the vendors or the city folk all have this particular look, and I wanted to based this off of at least one of the people I saw over there. But with his hat on, it looks fantastic. In fact, if you go to the Instagram channel, there is a picture of our visit to Hollywood Studios, and this Klicky is selling us a cup of the blue milk, which we tried for $8. And check out our review. I also wanted to make a character to represent the LGBTQ community, and created this guy here. Again, I don't really have names for these unless I need them for captioning on my video, photos rather, on Instagram. Yeah, very simple but effective, I think. The only odd thing is that his chest hair is orange, where his head hair is brown. But I think it works out fine. And he kind of reminds me of Elton John, which is pretty okay with me. Now here's a very popular Klicky that I made. It's very popular on Instagram, actually. I think I have the most likes on this picture. Anyway, there was a show in the late 70s and throughout the 80s called The Love Boat. I think it was a show that lasted 10 years. And in fact, they are revamping the Love Boat TV show for 2022. And it's coming out, I believe, as a reality TV show. I just haven't seen really a whole lot of commercials for it. So I don't know if it's going to be a dramedy TV series like the original, or if it's going to be a reality show. I'm kind of hoping for the former. But this is the bartender Isaac the bartender from the Love Boat, and this was a lot of fun to put together. I had purchased the cruise ship crew. One of them looked like Julie, and one of them looked like Gopher, and I was like, I have a captain, I just need to make Isaac. So I kind of rummaged through my things and was able to find the right pieces. All I had to do was paint, or rather draw on the mustache for Isaac there. Yep, goes right around his mouth just like that. And yeah, created this guy. So it looks really cool, and yeah, without him I probably wouldn't have gotten the 1,000 followers that I have right now. So yay, thanks for Isaac. I also made this guy. He's nobody famous. I just kind of threw him together, and everybody said, hey, who is that? Who is that supposed to be? It looks like a musician. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but anyway, this is a mixture of old and new pieces. We've got the old upper torso, which I did paint over. It was red initially, but I gave it a more vibrant red. But you can tell it's the older version because it has the little clef or whatever is right there in the middle. And then I'm not sure where the pants came from. I have a feeling they came from an astronaut, one of the earlier astronauts. But I thought he was just kind of cool. I threw them together not really knowing what I was doing, but I liked the red and white theme going here. And I liked it and kept it as is. So everybody said he was a musician, so that's what I made him, a musician. Pretty simple thing to put together, except for those of you who are going to mix old pieces with new pieces, be sure that the torso, the bones, are the kind you get from the blind bags, because it won't work with the older skeleton, the older bones. You know, the piece that goes inside. Here, let me show you. Let me get this guy. This part right here. These are the bones. This is the blind bag piece. It's gray. Usually the older ones are white, sometimes black or red or blue, what I've seen. And so these pieces are able to hold the newer arms. Somehow the older arms aren't able to fit into, somehow the newer arms are not able to fit into the old bones piece, the skeletal piece. And so when you go to move the arms, it just instantly cracks open your figure and your figure falls apart. So yeah, old torso, new arms, oldish set of legs, new head, and the hair doesn't matter. You can use any hair on any head. Yeah, these legs are from the year 2000. Yep. So there's that guy. Here are some very simple and old school figures slash customizations. Here we have a guy all in red. This is one of the 1974 Giobra clickies here. Nothing too outstanding. For all we know, he could have been a cowboy, he could have been an Indian, don't know what. There's just no way to tell. Not anymore. But I just throw on a flash sticker from DC Comics, and it just kind of adds a little bit of flair. So he would make a great like background guy with a Flash t-shirt on, and that's pretty much it. Then over here I pretty much did the same thing, except I changed the colors of his outfit a little bit. I took his black arms, removed those, gave him the white arms instead. Did do a paint job on these pants. These are not the actual factory made pants here. And then I throw on the Batman logo onto his upper torso to make him look like he's wearing a Batman shirt. Let's see, can we get that? There we go. And then this last one here is another example of old versus new parts. Old upper torso, new arms, old legs. But for the bones, I used one that wasn't as old. It's not new, but it's not as old, and it was able to maintain the arms in place, so I can move them just fine. Here are my characters from the 80s miniseries V for Victory. Not at all accurate to any of the costumes. Maybe this one, I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I looked at it. But anyway, it was a very odd but interesting concept. These aliens came from outer space. They didn't quite invade Earth, at least not forwardly. They were kind of secretly capturing people and storing them away for food, because underneath their human-like faces, they were actually lizards. And so yeah, the special effects were a bit lackluster, but it was a fun show nonetheless. This is the leader, Diana, and this is like the regular, like, you know, when they wore sunglasses, it was because they were hiding their eyes. They often wore contacts, but sometimes they would have their lizard eyes underneath, and that's why they wore sunglasses. And then they had these little red hats with the alien insignia on it, and as well as their uniforms. And then these guys were like the soldiers, the foot soldiers and guards and stuff like that. And the insignia here was never actually there. I think it was more onto the side, and I don't think it was on the helmet. I just did it just for aesthetics. And he did not have blue shoes. I just never painted those. Very simple. Just drawing the insignia was probably the hardest part. And then here's another one, actually. I just wanted to mix red and black together, so I made this guy. He is not at all accurate to any character on the show. Well, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed these customizations. They are pretty simple to do. You just gotta have the right parts, I guess. And until then, we've got another unboxing on the way, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we'll see you next week, and everybody have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.